Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King Sinbad. But as always guys, you guys can call me Sin. Okay guys, so here is what if Naruto was Null. Okay, so if you guys watched my earlier video, which was basically an update, then you know how I'm going to be setting this world. Okay, so on to the what if. In the beginning, there was nothing. Just absolute darkness. And that's just how Null liked it. Darkness, void, nothingness. That was his kingdom, his everything. That was until the Celestials came along. And they started creating suns. Now, of course, Null didn't like this. Not one bit. And Null said, "Who are you?" And of course, the Celestials didn't pay any attention to him, and they just continued going about their business. And around this time, Null getting ticked off, out of his shadow, he begins to form the Necro Sword, or the All Black. And he cuts off one of the Celestials' heads with the sword. Of course, the Celestials, seeing that, banished Null to his own realm of void and darkness, along with the Celestial head. However, what they didn't know is that this is where Null thrived. This is where he got stronger and more powerful. But now that he had the Celestial head with him, he started tempering his blade. He turned the Celestial's head into his own private forge and started tempering his sword in the celestial energy of the Celestial's head. And out of this, he created the first symbiote. And then he created his next symbiote. Hold on. He created his Void Knight, which is this black armor right here. Of course, this wasn't the only one, but it went through multiple changes. But this is the one that he primarily uses. But this is what it looks like right here. Him on top of the dragon. Yeah, this right here. But anyway, this is when he started. But this wasn't the only two symbiotes. He created multiple symbiotes. Some out of the living abyss, the shadows, the darkness. Some of them even out of his own blood. And because of this, this is what caused him to start his own personal crusade against all living things. Oh shoot. Hold on guys, I gotta put this on the charger. Sorry about that guys. Okay, so anyway, Null declares his crusade upon every single living thing in creation, to claim back the void, for everything to return to absolute nothing. However, he knew that he needed more. So he created multiple symbiotes. The all-black, or the Necro sword, stayed with him at all times, and he created his dragon armor, the one that you see right here. And this is when he starts going on his killing spree, and it just seemed the more gods he killed, the stronger he became. However, it seemed like he figured out his symbiotes could bond to other living creatures, and because of this allowed him to not only dominate the other living creatures, but also get all their memories, see what they're seeing, hear what they're hearing, but also getting some of their powers and abilities, basically making him a living hive mind. However, even though, yes, the symbiotes and his Void Knight armor and the Necro sword were his greatest creations, some would even dare say that the dragons some would say that the dragons were his greatest creation. However, they were all his greatest creations, because they all came from the living abyss, or directly from Null himself. However, unknowingly, he's established a permanent link with the severed celestial head, therefore making him even more powerful and granting him even new abilities, allowing him to be able to use energy blast and dark energy and cosmic power. The power cosmic itself, and being able to do temporal manipulation and necromancy and raise people back from the dead. It was starting to get to the point to where he started threatening all of creation itself. So, the deities come together. The living tribunal, Lady Death, Eternity, and Oblivion. And they are starting to discuss what to do with Null. However, as they all know, that Null is Oblivion's avatar, his will incarnate. So therefore, they cannot do anything towards Null. However, they feel if they don't put a stop to Null's actions, this will stop the child of prophecy from being born. So Oblivion offers the Living Tribunal a deal, saying that Null would combine the child of prophecy and Null together, and until his 15th birthday, and when he suffers a traumatic experience, Null's memories will be sealed, and his powers along with it also be sealed. However, when he combines Null with the child of prophecy, which we know is Naruto, Null's genes and blood and everything will override the child of prophecies. However, the child of prophecy will know that he's Null. However, Null will also know that he is the child of prophecy. And during those 15 years of life, he will develop his own personality. However, it will be up to Null to decide if he'll continue on his warpath of death and destruction, or if he'll continue the way of his normal child of prophecy life. So the living tribunal agrees, along with all the other deities. So Oblivion tells Null, I don't really know, so Null. And Null looks at Oblivion. He's like, my master, Oblivion, what can I do for you? And Oblivion responds with, the other deities have become very concerned of your, how should I say, activities. And Null just gave off a psychotic cackle. And he's like, so, they're afraid of me destroying their reckless creation. Please, their only thing their creation is good for is, well, is just to serve me and die. Those are their only two options, Lord Oblivion. As Oblivion looks at his avatar and see that he's done right by his creation. However, Oblivion says, however, no, we cannot just allow you to go on a rampage killing and destroying everything. Even though, yes, you are my will incarnate, you are my avatar, therefore we cannot destroy you, as you are under my protection, as you are my avatar. My will incarnate. So therefore, in order to see that the child of prophecy comes to life, I will combine you and the child of prophecy together. You will override his DNA, and his DNA will be replaced with your primordial god, divine physiology, as you are still a god, a primordial god. Not even the great Asgardians, or even the Silver Surfer. Probably, even the great Galactus will fall before you. No, I take that back, considering you did cut off a Celestial's head by yourself. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So, anyway, yeah, Oblivion starts explaining, and then, of course, Null, at first being outraged, he's like, why do I gotta be stuck inside some puny boy's body? And Oblivion says, well, it's either that or you die, so... Or either that or we just imprison you in a place where you won't be too happy. And Null just quietly just nods his head. And then Oblivion says, good. Now we can get this party started. And he snaps his fingers. And this is when we will be cutting straight towards the day of Naruto's birth. Or Null. And Kushina and Minato are extremely excited. They're about to have their second child. And yes, Naruto is the youngest. He has one older sister, Naomi, who looks just like their mother. And Minato and Kushina are excited that they're about to have a baby boy, a son. However, what they don't know, so Naruto's gonna look exactly like Null, body wise. His hair is gonna be like a blondish white, like it's blonde but it's white, like really. No, it has like a blondish white look to it. So yeah, and he's gonna have like black fingernails, razor sharp teeth, and a dragon-like tongue and pointed ears. His eyes are really the only thing that he got from his mom, and that he also got the 3 whiskers. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are wondering, half of the 9 tails is still sealed inside of Kushina, while the other half is sealed in Naomi. Because the way how Naruto's already going to be built, he's not going to need the 9 tails. He could easily overpower the 9 tails. He can easily overpower all 10 of the tailed beasts by himself with relative ease. So, yeah. Anyway, basically, the day of Naruto's birth, October 10th, Kushina's water breaks, and she starts going into labor. And she just starts screaming. She like, damn you, Minato! I'm gonna kill you when I get done with this. And Minato says it can't be that bad, and then she just starts squeezing Minato's hand, and Minato starts screaming in a high-pitched voice. Now, if you guys are wondering why I'm not doing that many voices, because right now my my throat, I'm just getting over some stuff with my throat, so it's still a little bit it's still a little bit rough. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. So anyway, basically Naruto is born, and they're happy, but at the same time they are extremely concerned with Naruto, because he just has. And if you guys are wondering who was Tsunade was helping Kushina give birth to Naruto. She was her nurse, or not nurse, but her doctor during that time of Kushina going into labor. They saw that Naruto had long, razor-sharp black fingernail claws, long white hair, whisker marks, and quite frankly, the only trait that he got was from his mother were the violet eyes and albino skin. But what was even more was that he looked extremely, well, I wouldn't say malnourished, but pretty close. So they were starting to, especially Kushina. Kushina was starting to worry. So Tsunade starts. Kushina says to Tsunade, "Tsunade, what's going on with my baby?" And Tsunade says, "I don't know. I'm gonna run a few tests on him." But I don't understand. I mean, the test results said he's been healthy, so it shouldn't have been. Well, anyway, Tsunade begins to run more tests, and they keep on coming back as, healthy. So they just merely just chop this up as a mere a mutation of genes. However, Minato, he was one. Now, again, Naruto has divine physiology. Uh, since Oblivion combined uh, Null with Naruto when Naruto was first conceived, Null's DNA just completely overrided Naruto's parents' DNA, and like I said, the only thing he really got from his mom was her eyes, and that was it. And he has blondish white hair, but it's more white than it is blonde. So yeah. Um. You know what, guys? I'm gonna leave it off right here. I'm just my voice is just really cutting up and stuff, and this was just more of a prologue. Uh, but I am off tomorrow, so hopefully my voice is a whole lot better, and I will drop part two or episode 2 of What If Naruto Was Null, and it'll be a whole lot better than this video, because this video is more just like me just setting up how this world is going to be. Oh yeah, and before you guys ask, no, Naruto does not have any chakra. So yeah. But without further ado, guys, oh yeah, and I'll also be dropping, I should be dropping What If Naruto was a gem metal vessel user tomorrow, and yeah. So without further ado, guys, I hope you guys have a good night, and I'm sorry that this isn't like how my other videos are, but I still hope that you enjoy this video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn that bell notification on, and don't forget to share this with all your friends on your social media platforms. And without further ado, guys, it's been your boy King Sinbad, and yeah, peace out, guys. Good night.